So I've been married for 7 years, and you've been married for?
I've been married for 7 years.
Yay. Well, 7 going on 8.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ntakwana Muteki, aka Leah Millionaire, and welcome back. So today is a very, very special day because I have a friend all the way from Zimbabwe, Harare. Redemta is here to talk all things marriage with me because it's my anniversary month, and I just thought, friend, come help me give this girl some tips on how to make marriage work. So everybody welcome Redemta! Redemta!
Hi everyone, my name is Redemta, but you can call me Weds.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about all things marriage, but this is specifically for the newly married couples. Just a few tips. We're not saying these things will ensure that your marriage works, but they will help you in order to have a better marriage. So I've been married for 7 years, and you've been married for?
I've been married for 7 years.
Yay. Well, 7 going on 8.
So tip number 1, honor God with your relationship so that you build a strong Christian home.
I think it's very important to be very sure of what your values are, like right before you even get married to somebody. And then these values should be able to carry you and help you build a strong foundation. As an example, we look at 1 Corinthians 13. It speaks about what love is. So what are your expectations of love? Like, what does the word say about love? How is love supposed to be handled? Love is kind, love is patient. So are you wanting to be patient with each other? Are you going to remind each other of the word? Are you going to read the word in order for it to strengthen? Because God is the third God in your, in your marriage. So it's important for you to keep praying. Like, if you found each other and you were Christians and you used to read the word together and you used to share the word together, keep sharing the word together, keep reading the word together. It actually strengthens you in times when you find yourself lacking. Like, God will be, because God is your foundation.
Exactly.
God is the one that will keep you steady. He's your anchor.
Yeah, you're so right, because I mean, the same way that you got the man is the same way that you're supposed to keep him. So if you found him, praying, if you found him fasting, you gotta continue to fast and pray for your marriage so that it works. Somebody actually said something very profound to say, isn't it amazing that we allow our husbands to leave the Lord and we are fine with it, but when he starts leaving you, you start feeling some type of way. So make sure that your marriage is founded on the Christian values that you started with.
I mean, if he was Christian when you met him, and if he's bold enough to leave the Lord, like not go to church, not want to pray, if he's bold enough to leave your maker, what more you? Like,
exactly,
God is more important than your spouse. So if he's able to leave God, then surely at some point he will be bold enough to leave you.
Yes, because you are definitely not more important than God, sister girl.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Tip number 2 is burnout. Burnout is a real thing. I remember when I got married, I wanted to do everything because I wanted to please my husband. I wanted my husband to be happy. I wanted to cook. I wanted to clean.
You were like, you sit down,
and
honey. I got
to
you.
work. Yeah. Because I'm thinking I'm doing this because I love my husband. I am privileged in the fact that my husband is actually the one who was like, no, I want to come back from work, and I want you to come back from work, and I want to find a rested wife. I want you to be happy. I don't want to find you tired and you're like, yeah, so how's been your day? You're like, can you just give me a few minutes to regroup? You know what I mean?
That's actually the opposite with me, because actually when I got married, I actually got this advice earlier on to say, don't be a superhero or else you will burn out. Because they actually told me, like, what you start, you're gonna have to finish. So are you gonna be able to maintain the cleaning, the dishes, all the things that you have to do as a wife, and you still have to work? And I actually did a very good job with that.
Well done.
Yes.
So it's important to set a precedence that you can keep. Like, don't try and be somebody. We're not saying live in a dirty house. Like, don't do dishes, don't clean. No, but I'm saying it's okay to, it's okay to slack here and there, or to find help if you need help.
Actually, ask your husband for help.
Yeah.
For example, if you're going to make supper, why don't you ask him, say, honey, come into the kitchen with me. I'm gonna cook, you're gonna chop.
Exactly.
In that way, we're together, we're having fun, we're helping each other, and we make time for other things that need to happen afterwards, if you know what I'm saying.
Even get a part-time maid or full-time help.
Yes.
If you've got enough space, you can get full-time maid or a part-time maid, and then that will ease the load on you, and then that way you can then keep to maintain doing the things that you do. Like I usually have help, but the things that I always want to do, like I want to clean my room by myself. I said cream anyway. But anyway, so I clean my room by myself. I cook most of my meals. Like I love cooking for my husband.
Me too.
And he helps me chop the thingies. And it's time that we get to communicate and just catch up and talk about nothing really.
Talk about nothing and just be doing them love things.
Exactly. So,
but maybe for a full-time maid, you don't necessarily need one if you don't have children yet. Because, what do you think? Yeah.
Because there's not much to do, and with the fact that with the way with technology, we have washing machines. Some people have dishwashers and stuff, but find what works for you.
Yes, but all we're trying to say is find a balance. Make sure that you're happy. Make sure that you're cleaning, cooking for your husband, and doing all those things. But don't burn out, because 7 years later, you might not be able to do, what you started doing in your first year of marriage.
Because when you then start not doing those things that you used to do, it's like, what's happening? Like you used to,
you don't love me no more.
Yeah, it's like what has changed.
Yeah.
So it's it's very important to balance so that there is no burnout.
Okay, so tip number 3, keep your business private. Okay. Okay, what we mean by that is that don't air out your dirty laundry to everybody. All right. Obviously, you guys come from different backgrounds. You're still learning each other. There's gonna be some strife at some point, and you're not gonna be in agreement on certain issues. So what we're saying is don't tell your business to everybody. What we're saying is find like an elderly couple that has been married, wise, been married for a long time. If you are in a church, you can talk to your pastor.
Actually, wise and discreet.
Oh yes,
wise
that's very important, because you don't want to find someone who's wise but they're telling your business to everybody.
Yeah. Also, it's important not to rush to your family. Like how you love your mom. I loved my mom. She's late now, but you love your mom. You love your sisters. But it's important to understand that when you get married, you leave to cleave.
That's right.
So you leave your family so that you can cleave with your husband. So your husband is your number one. What usually then happens is something happens, you rush to your family, and then you tell your family like, this guy did this and that he's not doing 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what happens is you get to a point where you speak to your husband and you guys get to resolve, because this is the most intimate relationship that you will ever have on earth with a human being. And so you get to a place where you resolve. But now, after you've resolved, your mother
is not yet over it.
Yes, like she will take time to how can you do that to my baby girl?
You will always be number one
my
to your
daughter.
mom.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's important. That's why we're saying it's important to find someone else who is a bit neutral, who will understand that we're all human, so we all fall short. Even yourself, like you're gonna do stuff. How would you feel if you find that he's telling his mom or his sisters she won't cook for me? Sometimes she does this, she does that. It's very important to seek counsel, but to still open up communication, to be able to communicate with your husband so that he knows what you like and what you don't like as well. Like find a way to communicate with your spouse so that you guys make
the neutral part to say this person is also not a person that will always be on your side of issues. So someone who can actually hear your side.
Someone who can call you out and say, no, actually, I think you have a problem and you need to apologize.
Exactly.
Yeah, because whenever we feel wronged, it's like I was wrong. So this person has to do this, but you're not always right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And even your friends sometimes are not like the right people to talk to, especially your peers, because sometimes they will also take a long time to get over whatever your husband has done to you.
That's
so
true.
Be very wise. Ask, find the right counsel.
Find wise counsel. Yeah. Tip number.
Continue to date. This is one of my favorite ones. I mean, guys, you married your friend
and you used to date.
You used to go out, you used to call each other like all the time. But once you get married, sometimes because you're gonna see this person in your house every night, you start taking them for granted. If you have What do I want to say? Work.
Yeah, because we're generally like people are at work from like 8 until 5, like so you probably leave at 7 and then get back at 5 or 6. You know what I mean? So within the day, you don't exactly have time to be talking about stuff and catching up, but it's nice to actually set aside time every single do what works for you. Like if it's
it can be a single month,
it can be a fortnight, it can be a month. Like do a movie, do dinner. And sometimes I realize that it doesn't actually have to be something expensive.
No.
Do you know taking a walk is a date?
It
like
is.
You can take a walk with
Quality
your husband.
time.
Yeah, and you just holding
date
hands.
Night.
And
Just say date night for this
Yes.
week is we're gonna go on a stroll. We're just gonna take a walk and catch up.
Buy ice cream. Go and have ice cream. Something as simple as ice cream, and then ask your partner, "How are you? Are you happy?
I actually learned
what am I
this
doing?
from
What can I do better?"
One of a blogger that I follow,
Yeah.
and she actually said you need to find ways to ask your husband, "How was your day?" Instead of all the time saying, "How was your day?" You'd be like, "What was the most important part of your day? What made you sad in your day? What made you most happy?"
Yeah.
So in that way you guys are continuing to date, you're catching up with each other, you're flowing together so that you don't start missing out on whatever is happening in each other's lives.
So you have to be intentional, because also dates for me is a way of learning more about your spouse. Like
Exactly.
when they're in a relaxed setting, there are things that will tell you that they won't ordinarily say, like, "You know what, I'd like for you to do this and that." And the fact that you're on a date and you're just having a one-on-one and an intimate talk, you find that your spouse can be more open to actually sharing, because they're in a comfortable setting. Like there's no judgment. Because if we don't talk and if we don't learn from each other, how then will we grow?
Exactly, because sometimes you don't date for a long time to really get to know a person. So the first year of marriage can be like somewhat, troubling.
Yeah.
And date night is important, like she's saying, because it makes room for you guys to find yourselves intimate, just the two of you, getting to know each other, but at the same time having fun like you used to while you were dating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number five. Tip number 5. Yeah.
Okay, stay out of debt, people. Stay out of debt. A lot of times we start getting into debt while we're preparing for our wedding, because we want this glamorous wedding, because we're trying to impress everybody. And then we get into marriage with the same debt.
Still paying for your wedding.
Still paying for your wedding. And then now
You wanna,
yeah, it's too much, eh?
It's
now
important to live within your means.
Yes, now you wanna buy a dining table, you wanna buy this
washing machine, because it'll make life
be
easier.
True, right? It's because most of the time you're trying to keep up with the Jones, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you get married and then your friend gets married a year later, or
You go
your
to
friend
a
got
house.
married 2 years before you, but your friend has a new house, your friend has a new dining table or whatever, and you're just like, I have to keep up.
Yeah.
And what we're saying to you is that your journey is not your friend's journey.
True.
Your chapter 1, don't compare your chapter 1 with
to
someone
else's
chapter
10. My mother-in-law sent this
do
very
that.
profound message.
I love
and
that.
that's one of the things that she was saying. She's like, sometimes you look at other people and you feel like they're progressing so much more than you are. You feel you're stagnant.
I know, I've been there.
Yeah, but the thing is, often we don't know people's stories.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how
You don't
hard they
even-
worked to get
Nah.
there. You don't even know what
Nah.
they did to
There's
get
this
that.
part. You don't even know that their mom bought them that house. Their parents gave them that car. So, and you're busy comparing.
Now you want a
yourself.
$1,000 or a 10,000 or 15,000 rand dining room suite. Like, you know what? No, like there are always ways around it. DIY.
Exactly.
Or use what you have. But what's important is for you to just live
within your means. Start where you are. I mean, I think we're having this conversation, was it yesterday, where we're saying one thing that we appreciate about our marriages is we actually grew with our husbands.
Yes.
We started from not having anything, and we saw, gradually
and you're accumulating
an increase
things slowly.
and an advancement in our family. So stay in your lane. Don't be in a hurry. God's got you.
Yes.
You're gonna be fine. Trust me. We've been married for 7 years, and we're definitely not where we were in our first marriages. So.
Definitely not. And we're looking forward to the next coming years. Yeah.
Okay, so part 2 is still coming up, but my girl won't be there because I'm leaving Harare now, going back to Bots.
Yeah.
But Red, thank you so much for doing this
You're
with me.
welcome.
I just, you know, that there's nobody else that I want to do this with. So thank you so much.
Maybe next time I'll come and do it from your country.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should come to Bots. All right,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next
We
time.
wish you all happy marriages, but
Yes.
it's not about wishing someone a happy marriage. You have to work on it.
Marriage is spelled WORK.
Yeah.
Work.
Work.
Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. We'll really appreciate. Tell us what lessons that you have learned in your
Yeah, because we
personal
don't know it
marriage.
all.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're all learning.
Bye.